We are at Ata Galata today, and today Prerna is joining us on behalf of Ata Galata. So, Prerna, could you tell us a little bit about yourself? How did you join Ata Galata?
Hi Priyanka, first of all, thank you so much for having me as part of this conversation. I've been managing Ata Galata for a few months now, almost a year, and I found my way here, after being a lawyer. So I practiced for about 3.5 years, and then I needed a clean break. And I've always loved books, and I'm also such a type A personality. I can generally help with the organization. So I just figured, bookstore manager kind of, suits both of those interests.
That's great, very interesting. So, how does Ata Galata stand out as a bookstore amid so many gigantic and curated bookstores in Bangalore?
What makes us special, I think, is really our ethos, which is that we really platform and champion Indian writing and writing in Indian languages. So we only really have Indian authors. We have a very small foreign author section, but we really focus on Indian authors, and we also try to put together a lot of translations so that more regional narratives and stories are available in English, which of course would make it accessible to a completely different kind of subset of the population. And that's sort of I think our biggest differentiator. But I think more than that, we also try really hard to be a good accessible community space for everybody. So we work really hard to be safe. We make sure that people can just come here and exist, and be, and also through the process of just hanging out at the bookstore, maybe they pick up some book from our reading section. Maybe then they find out and discover a passion for reading. They find some book that they like. So that's sort of the an artistic and nurturing environment that we want to have here.
Okay, so could you name some of the languages which you curate?
So
Indian languages?
yeah. We have books from, of course, books in Tamil, Kannada, of course. We have Malayalam, we have Bengali. I think we have a small Marathi section. We have a few Urdu books as well, not too many. And I think as of now, that's where the collection stands. I think I mentioned we have some Telugu, of course, as well. And as and when we can, we also have Bengali. So as and when we can, we try to get as many books from a particular language so that we have a good representation of all Indian languages. That's the idea and the hope. Yeah.
So the Indian language section which you told, it is quite interesting. And could you tell us about the overall curation, the categories into which you curate?
So we have a lot of books about, I think, books that are also the most prolific in terms of the sheer numbers. Would be history and society and politics. We have a lot of books, and there are a lot of Indians writing really, amazing, well-researched, well-put together books in those categories, right? Besides that, we also have a really, really, nice collection of fiction, where a lot of Indian authors are bringing, their narratives and their experiences to the forefront. And of course, apart from that, like I said, our translation section is something I'm really, really proud of. Besides that, we also have a lot of poetry. You'd be surprised that so many different kinds of Indian poets writing different kinds of poetry. We in fact have a lot of Indian poets that specialize in haiku, which is so interesting. So that's also a section that I think is very representative of the different kinds of things Indian writers are doing.
Oh, I saw you have also those writers workshop poetry collections curated in different workshop collections which you store. That is quite interesting and unique, which I found here. And so, could you tell us about the growth and the beginning of Ata Galata? How did it start?
I don't think I'm the best person to talk about that because obviously I've not been here from a management perspective, but I have heard the story, of course, and it started by this wonderful couple called Subodh and Lakshmi, who are both, passionate, patrons of the art, of arts and literature. and they started this because it was, Lakshmi's lifelong dream to have a bookstore. So they've been, it started, and the idea and the vision was all theirs, and so the concept has been around for 13 years. Although this space that you're seeing in Indranagar has only been around since the, I think, pandemic or post the pandemic. So before this, we were in Koramangala, and yeah, it's really their brainchild, and all credit to them.
So, what do you think has been Atagalata's contribution as a bookstore and a cafe in the Bangalore's book scene and literary scene?
Oh, I mean, tons. I mean, one really big thing is that we're the bookstore partners for the Bangalore Literature Fest, right? So, all the book sales and all the ordering books and making sure all the books are available, we're a huge part of that. Even and also for the Bangalore Poetry Fest, right? And in general, I think it's really hard to find spaces where you can just exist and there's no demands made of you, just third spaces, right? Like just not home, not work, but a space that you can be in. And Atagalata really tries to be that sort of space. Especially while lending a very particular literary flavor to the atmosphere. So that's something that I'm really proud of, that that we do here, and something that I think has been really instrumental, because we really have a community here. We have kids that come here from the school opposite, every day after their school's over. We have people that come study out of here, people that are regulars that come here and write, and who perform, who participate in our events, and it's really that sense of community and belonging that I think is really indispensable to who we are, but also that we try to give people or try to make books accessible to the best of our ability. So you'll find books here that are like 10 rupees, you'll find books here that are slightly more niche, but that but that are well put together. That sort of the idea. Yeah.
It was really a warm feeling to listen to the journey and the contributions. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Yeah.